Thank you very much, Martinez.
Thank you very much indeed for your kind words. Ladies and gentlemen, friends, like-minded friends, I have good memories from last year, so thanks for inviting me to speak to you again. When I came last year for a rare but real discussion, as I recall last year's theme, I listened to patients' testimonials about, for example, access to medicines and issues related to reimbursement. Thanks to advocacy work of organizations such as EURORDIS, I am pleased to see that 1 year later, member states are increasingly keen to cooperate and work together to reduce the prices of expensive medicines. I'm very supportive of Dutch presidency priorities such as pricing because it should not be left for patients to be solved by themselves. People with rare diseases already endure years of uncertainty, waiting for their disease to be diagnosed and for an appropriate treatment to be found. Then they have to face other difficulties. Finding appropriate treatment, if the treatment is available and affordable, if, of course, she or he can access to the treatment in the country of residence. There are so many ifs which require solution not only at national level. Because knowledge and information is scarce and scattered, we need to seek for more cooperation at European Union level to make a real difference for patients by opening access to treatments that may require crossing a border. Indeed, the European Commission can help in many ways, pooling together expertise, registries, data, efforts and incentives for more research into finding new treatments, cooperating on bringing down prices of medicines and by giving access to knowledge and treatment, for example, through the European Reference Network. A lot has been already done. The health program funded pilot registries for rare diseases, and we are developing a European platform for interoperable registries. We have the world's largest database for rare diseases, and we are now investing over 4 million euros on a new joint action to develop this further and to support work on the codification of rare diseases. We have helped member states develop their national plans on rare diseases through projects and one joint action. The Commission has also co-financed several actions, including the Europlan project, which came to an end in 2011, but helped member states shape and implement their national plans. Prior to 2009, only a few member states had national plans in place: Bulgaria, France, Portugal, and Spain. Today, 23 member states have adopted national plans or strategies. We also financed a joint action from 2012 until last summer to support member states develop strategies and integrate rare diseases into mainstream social policies. And it's very important to understand how it is important to see rare disease not only from health side but from social policy side. We are supporting the improvement exchange of information among member states on their pricing policies. We intend to streamline the regulatory framework for orphans by reviewing certain regulatory instruments. And EURORDIS has been part of all this. Since EURORDIS was created in 1997, and I thank you for being from that time, it has been part of all our major initiatives. It has helped inspire the 2008 Commission communication on rare diseases and the Council recommendation the year after, and is a key member of our expert group on rare diseases. Action on rare diseases features prominently also in the new health program and the new European Union Research and Innovation Program Horizon 2020. You will also know that the Directive on Patients' Rights in Cross-Border Healthcare establishes rights to go to another European Union country for treatment and be reimbursed for it. Unfortunately, many citizens are unaware of this right until those days. I am questioning how many people affected by rare diseases know of this possibility. This directive also sets the basis for the establishment of European reference networks that I mentioned earlier. This network should give more opportunities to share knowledge and pool expertise across the EU and to provide high-quality and cost-effective healthcare to patients with conditions requiring a particular concentration of resources or expertise. However, there will also be challenges, and we must ask right questions now. How we will solve the issues of language and communication, reimbursement, travel expenses, covering various costs of accompanying persons, and so on, so on. All those questions are on the table. We know already that these issues will arise, and we need to start looking for solutions now. If we succeed, citizens could realistically have better access to high-quality healthcare and knowledge. It would also be beneficial for the sustainability of healthcare systems by means of the economies of scale and more efficient use of resources. Sustainability is a very important word. We must understand today that we must invite all actors, industry, member states, regulatory agencies, patients' organizations to debate those questions about possibility to create sustainable way of financial models, predictable, sustainable, transparent, and of course, effective one. We know that there are up to 8,000 rare diseases, but we are standing at the beginning of the road. To deliver on their promise and potential, European reference networks will rely on the essential input of healthcare professionals, patient organizations, and researchers. EURORDIS, for more than a decade, has been a key player in the conceptualization of these networks and has actively participated, being always supportive and constructive. Thank you for that. During all the steps of development and implementation of their model. We will be launching the call of networks very soon, and after solid technical assessment and the approval of the Board of Member States, we expect to have the first networks up and running by the end of 2016, by the end of this year. This is a very exciting year. The network will soon come to life. Allow me to highlight once again the very significant role played by EURORDIS in making this possible. I encourage you to continue your strong involvement and support to this ambitious and challenging initiative, which will be of benefit to all European Union patients suffering from rare or low prevalence or complex diseases. Let me turn now to the issue of access to treatment, notably to the regulation on orphan medicinal products. Over recent years, we have seen an increasing number of products in development receiving an orphan designation. The fact is that the Commission has authorized 119 products, for which 84% are new active substances. However, I do acknowledge that quite some patients do still face challenges in accessing the orphan drugs they need or have access only after waiting, sometimes for years, in particular in smaller member states. Moreover, some orphan medicines never make it to the market because they are being perceived as being too costly. The main challenge now is to ensure that all patients have access to treatments and prices that are affordable for healthcare systems. Current incentives on orphan medicine should lead exclusively to valuable therapies and not to profit maximization for industry. Solidarity and sustainability, those two words must be on our tables. Some member states have taken measures to encourage access to medicine by offering compassionate use programs or by reimbursing immediately the orphan medicines after marketing authorization. Others have set up pilot projects for the joint assessment of added value of orphans. This is all very encouraging. I welcome your call to create a table of negotiations on pricing to allow for enhanced cooperation at European Union level between industry and member states. And this is very timely. I am ready to be part of yours and to encouraging possibilities to create multi-sectorial table, inviting all actors and seeing how to make progress now. Indeed, some member states are already willing to coordinate bilaterally in order to negotiate better prices for medicines. For instance, the Benelux Partnership, which aims to create a platform for joint negotiation of prices for high-priced medicines. Despite its limited competence in this area, the Commission already supports the improvement of price information through the European database and has just finalized a study on pharmaceutical product pricing. This study will help very much because it will describe all different models, and it's very, very powerful instrument. The Commission has started to streamline the regulatory framework for orphan medicines by reviewing certain regulatory instruments. The objective is to reward innovative treatments and to adapt the text to scientific progress. We have also engaged in a more general discussion with member states how to ensure early patient access to treatments through the expert group on safe and timely access to medicinal products. This process is still ongoing, but from discussions so far, it became evident that optimization of authorization procedures and time to approval cannot alone improve patient access, which is directly linked to health technology assessment and pricing and reimbursement decisions. Therefore, health technology assessment is another good example of how cooperation between member states can support the innovative agenda, which has the potential to reduce fragmentation in evaluation of innovative technologies and treatments, and thus fosters their actions to the benefit of patients. In a joint action, national health technology assessment bodies have agreed common methodologies on how to assess the added value of new pharmaceuticals compared to existing treatments. They have also started carrying out joint assessment of new pharmaceuticals. Joining forces on health technology assessment will help member states to reduce fragmentation, ensure better use of resources, avoid duplication of efforts, and ultimately contribute to timely access to innovative technologies. I would like to use this opportunity today to call upon all patients' organizations to continue their efforts and actively support the ongoing initiatives at European level. Joining the EU initiative is in the best interest of member states and stakeholders. I am convinced that our cooperation will change the way health technology assessment is done in Europe and will help to increase patient access to innovative treatment and also enhance transparency. And I think today is time to debate how to create real mechanisms of our cooperation. And we all know very well sincere cooperation. We all know very well how to invite many actors. But when we will start with our concrete steps, it's very difficult to understand that nobody likes to be coordinated. But it is our idea to push much more on that. Thank you very much indeed.
Commissioner, thank you so much for that and customarily engaged discourse on these difficult issues. If I may, just perhaps a couple of quick observations, questions. You spoke about fragmentation, and we spoke a lot about fragmentation this morning. And clearly, we have many different member states with many different views, many different procedures, and so on and so on. If anyone's going to be able to pull that together, it has to be the Commission because it's your role. As you said, it's difficult. Nobody wants to be coordinated, but if anyone's going to do it, it's down to you.
Yes.
It's time to debate how to make this work. Tell us, if you will, what you see as the role of the Commission in this area of ensuring affordability, accessibility, specifically, obviously, today for rare disease products. You've outlined, obviously, the European Reference Networks Initiative and various other things like that, but as your view of the strategic approach to this at the moment, how do you see the Commission's role?
The Commission role is in one magic word: to be very active and to have those questions on our everyday agenda. I see 2016 is ongoing. Today we have February and December will be, and we need to push very much member states to be ready to present their capacities to establish European reference network. I think it is our common goal and common task. And who must coordinate? Commission. And like big coordinator, of course, I know very well we must debate always questions related to subsidiarity issues and how to say, and sincere cooperation, because both are enshrined in European Treaty. And of course, our responsibility is, as you know, we have many tools. As I mentioned today, we are ready to call in the March maybe to call the first call or establishing European reference centers. Of course, we are ready to publish communication on pricing issues, in enhanced cross-country coordination. It's called such a reflection. So, of course, possibilities to invite all together industry, patient organizations, researchers, member states, regulatory authorities, and to sign some memorandum of understanding to moving forward, especially speaking about one segment, rare diseases, because it's very concrete. It's very concrete. It is here today, and we must be together saying, okay, it will be like pilot project moving forward, because we have cross-border healthcare directive, reference networks, instruments in our hands, speaking about health technology assessment, STAMP, we have EMA, we have technology assessment bodies. We are ready to establish working platform. And such proposal about table is very excellent proposal today. And I would like to say that, you know, we have innovative medicine initiative. We are ready to provide some money related to innovative treatment, advanced therapies, and to see how to encourage consortiums to be part of sustainable chain. We need to understand that we need in some sustainable multi-sectorial chain. Otherwise, it will be very difficult to treat and guarantee people which have rare diseases which are not, for example, 5,000, 10,000 people around all European Union. No one member state is ready to guarantee access to really excellent treatment. Only possibilities to pool resources, share our knowledges, and of course move forward. I think it is my concrete job to deal with those issues every day.
I always love the way that you use these strong verbs, pulling, pushing, and you demonstrate it as well as you speak. This is what I mean by your characteristic engagement. I'm also bound as a journalist and a devil's advocate and a constitutional skeptic, just to push you, for instance, on one of the areas. You mentioned HTA. Of course, ERN, it's my understanding, and I think you said yourself just now, that you're going to find a solution to moving that forward within the next few weeks in terms of some funding, possibly calls for proposals and so on. HTA is an even bigger problem in a way, because although you've been working on HTA for quite some years, you and your predecessors, manifestly at the moment there isn't quite the delivery in terms of member states working together to use the common assessments and so on. What can you do about that? How do you see that problem? Do you see solutions to that?
Yes.
Can you pull and push and tear and force that one to work?
As now we are on the way to finance the third joint European Union Health Technology Assessment Networks action. It will be till 2019. At the same time, we proposed idea to debate between member states to establish some permanent mechanism. We need a permanent mechanism. No way. I do not ready today to say which body will be responsible for permanent cooperation issues. EMA maybe or something. It's a matter of debate. But absolutely crystal clear today, we need a permanent health technology assessment network, not a network which depends on actions from time to time and not sustainable. Otherwise, it will be very difficult to introduce new treatments, therapeutic added value around all 28 member states. And I think we must encourage member states to understand that some things, especially rare diseases, must treat better if we have pan-European network and possibilities to have pan-European permanent cooperating structure.
Perhaps you'll just permit me one brief follow-up in the way that we do it in the press room usually. You announced, and indeed the Commission agenda for programme for this year does speak about a specific initiative. Can you tell us anything at all about when we might be seeing this initiative on HTA and what form it might take?
I think that we will start today, tomorrow. We are enshrined in our Commission working program, Health Technology Assessment Issues, speaking about possibility to present our final proposals. And of course, joint action is from today till 2019. In this time, till the end of my mandate, it will be nice to do something real. Otherwise, it will be very not serious to see you. I was fruitful or not. I think we must go today and next year and next and on the end of 2019 to have a common agreeable solution together with all member states.
Very good. Thank you very much. We look forward